Now guys, check this out, this is my Lexus and it's about to get painted. But how did we get here? Well, let's rewind a bit back. I recently got this cheapest Lexus of the auction to try and flip it for a profit. But when I got the car, it looked like this. And well, what can I say? Its condition was pretty depressing. And after that I did everything to make sure it's in the perfect condition. We changed the steering wheel, we changed the rear bumper, we changed the trunk, we changed the hood, we changed the grille. We even filled up several holes in the body. But we're still far from being finished. Now in the last series we even went to the industrial area of Sharjah to get the parts for hella cheap. Like imagine buying an entire rear bumper for just 200 dirhams. This is what happens to the cars on this graveyard. And well, now it's time to continue working. And next on my list was one of the biggest jobs I ever did on the cars, and it was the fallen exhaust pipe. Now to work on my exhaust that is missing and to actually put it back up, I got these two bad boys. Okay, how do I put exhaust on my Lexus?
You'll get squished, go do your homework.
Now just for reference, I never jacked up a car in my life, yet alone got under one. But bro, being honest, I was scared to jack the car up myself, so I called up some professionals and they helped me do this, so I'm kinda safe. Because I do not want to get squished by a car. Right, so we got the car up, like this. And now we should get under the car. Okay, so now I got this thing and it's gonna make my work much easier. And of course, first up, how could I forget, is the heat shield. A very easy job. This thing is only held by 4 bolts, but ironically none of them had the nuts on, so I had to find the exact match. And after I did just that, it was time to move to the exhaust pipe. Bro, when I was working on the exhaust, I just found out that all of my tires look like this. Is it a big issue? Now technically speaking, it's only 2 bolts, this rubber thing and this clip that holds it in place. But bro, this thing weighs like 30 kilos. I actually had to use the jack to help me hold it in place. Bro, you think you're tough and hard? Try bench pressing your exhaust pipe. And I was there under that car for around 10 minutes, but I couldn't do anything. You see, no matter what I do, I just cannot fit this into that rubber hole. That's the main issue I have now. But then, this happened. Yes! Yes, I did it, bro, finally! Okay, now finally the last and the easiest part of the job is to connect the last 2 bolts. Again, I'll jack up the exhaust with this thing. You see these 2 holes? I need to fit them in the bolts. Bro, another 30 minutes of my life gone. As you can see, it's already getting dark outside, but I finally did it. Let me show you. I got both of the bolts right in the place it should be. Look, here's the exhaust pipe. Let me put it back in, right here. Look, the jack is here, nothing is holding it. Yes! One of the hardest jobs on these cars, but finally I did it. One of the most precious moments in my life, guys. But guess what? We are far from being finished. Now what I also found out is that a lot of people watching my videos are not even subscribed. So please, if you like what I'm doing, consider hitting that button. Remember in the last years when we changed the steering wheel, my horn didn't work. Well, now it's time to tackle that issue. Okay, so I got this horn of Amazon for around 50 to 60 dirhams, and now let's fit these ones instead of these ones. These things are only held by 1 bolt, so it took me like 1 minute to do the job. But then I was met with one issue. So one thing I did not account for is that these things, these horns, have completely different wirement attachments to which I have. So then I went to the closest shop that sells car parts and got the exact same horn system as in my car, because as it turns out, the ones I bought before are only compatible to the German brands. Bro, and you know what's good about my project right here is that while all of these fancy YouTubers are rebuilding their Lambos and then crushing them all together, I'm 16 and I can't drive, so I can't lose. Okay, so now it's finally time to move to the headlights and try to restore them. Now, I already did this job before on the M4, and the first step I must do is tape the area around it, so I do not destroy the paint next to the headlight. After that, I took 2 types of sandpaper. Then I wet sand the headlights multiple times. Alright, the first headlight is complete. This is what it looks after, and this is what it looks like before. Bro, I'm so dumb. Just literally when I was restoring these headlights, I forgot to first wipe them down and make sure they're clean. Because all of the dust that was left on them, look, when I was sanding them down, it literally made all of these scratches, as you can see here. And this headlight now looks much worse than the second one I did. And after that, it's time to polish. And so I did this process to all 4 headlights, and the result was speaking for itself. Just look at the before and after. So I also see that this one is not fitted in clearly, and when I put this down, see, 1 bolt is missing. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna demolish my old one to get the bolt out. You see, I got the bolt with this pattern in it, and it's exactly what I need for this headlight. And when I put the bolt back in place and screwed the light, it finally looked like this. So let's sum up everything that happened in the last series. We got the car for 12k, then we went to Sharjah and got all of the parts we needed for just 1600 dirhams. Then I also repaired the car by myself, so free of charge, I didn't have to pay anything. Then I got the wheel caps for around 60 dirhams and the horn for around 60 dirhams also. Well, all is left to do now is to paint the car and get some paint, and also deal with the interior, especially these front seats. And I think that's what's gonna cost a lot of money, because I'm not gonna be able to do it by myself. So make sure you stay around and see how this project will end up, and maybe you can do the same. Subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and see you later. Peace out.